Which, by the way, talking about picking video games, we've got somebody who has chosen plenty and is back to choose some more. Please welcome on in Tristan. Tristan, come join. If you want. If you're afraid, though. If you're afraid, let me know. Oh, hello there, Tristan.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh
Wait,
my gosh,
why am I back? What have you done?
I don't know. We wanted you to give a game.
Why would you do that?
I know, it was dumb, but whatever. It's 3:43, and I don't have time to fix that mistake, so we're just gonna have to roll with it.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna continue the trend of, like, big beefy dudes that we've started here with Hercules and Big Mode in the prior game. I've got a guy who's not just a demigod, but he has to fight literally all of hell.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yes, and his name is Hellfighter.
Oh, look at him. Oh, geez. I feel like those muscles are inaccurate.
I'm pretty sure they're wrong.
They are very wrong. I kind of like them, though. You know, if I had them, I'd probably go see a plastic surgeon and say, what can you do about my muscles? They are just too there.
You think he can afford a plastic surgeon? He can't even afford pants.
I think that he could afford pants, but just chooses not to buy the pants.
And this is why he's been sent to heck.
So tell me a little bit about this game. I'm going to work on getting things captured as you do. Also, if you can, let me know who's going to do audio. That would be fantastico.
Yagamoth is going to do audio.
Yagamoth, very nice.
This is a thing published by Sashin, who is responsible for such wonderful games as Rockman X, which Yagamoth made me play at one point. Kind of, so I'm getting revenge.
Well, it's a fun game. They're good games, Brent.
He made me play it as it runs on the original hardware, which is broken.
Well, yeah. Okay, so you're getting revenge on Yagamoth today by making him play another Sanshin game. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of bootlegs. I presume this wasn't licensed.
Oh, absolutely not. Well, okay. I can read the lore here while you're setting people up if you'd like.
Yes, give me lore.
Okay. All right, I gotta get into character here.
Uh-oh.
In the dark and cold Hades lives the ambitious Satan. Who is anxious to control the world.
As opposed to the lazy Satan.
Absolutely. He had no way to reach the horrible plan until the devil crystal ball fell into his hands. One day he acquired the crystal ball. The world changed. With the evil power of the ball, Satan made the world erupt into chaos. In that critical moment, the wise old man found Li Long, a young man armed with arrows and great knowledge of Chinese Kung Fu. The old man trained him with uncanny power required to save the world, before sending him off to destroy Satan and the devils.
And the devils, oh. I'm glad that you're not just destroying one devil, but pretty much all of them.
You are fighting all of hell. I know this is good, because I made my girlfriend play it for about an hour.
Oh no.
And, yeah, it may get awkward.
Yeah, you know what? It's okay. I made Justin play Conan. It's fine. We all make mistakes when it comes to relationships, and you just have to hope for forgiveness.
Yeah, in that hour she managed to fall through the floor, clip through the ceiling, almost crash the game at one point. It's gonna be good.
Well, that's good. Oh, you love to see it happen when games are just that broken. I don't know. Falling through platforms and falling to your death because the game's not good, you know, it's fine. It's to be expected when it comes to video games in general, and in specific Sanchin. Like, very specific.
Yes, Sachin has a pedigree. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's a pedigree.
They've made some video games. They exist. Are they good games? Oh, no. Like, 0% okay.
This is probably one of their better ones, as is appropriate for a round 1 pick. I would consider this to be pretty close to a softball, but we're here to have fun in round 1 before the true suffering begins. It's still not okay. It's just I have far worse.
Okay. Quick question for you, Tristan. Did we get figured out who's doing audio?
Yagamoth is doing audio.
Oh, duh. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. This is the 4th match of the day, and my brain is jelly. And not the pink kind. Just the normal kind of jelly. Which, honestly, I'm not sure which would be better. Oh my gosh. I hate pink jelly.
Yeah, but if your brain is jelly, it's pink jelly. Either that or your brain was discolored.
I mean, don't you have gray matter? I don't have pink matter in there.
I don't know. I was just looking for a brain is discolored joke.
I don't think my brain's discolored. I think it's a very normal brain. It's hard to say, but... Wow. Wow, really? You're gonna make fun of me?
No, I'm just gonna heavily imply that I'm going to and then not actually do it.
Wow. That's even worse. How could you?
Nah, you are important and good people, even
Aww.
if you do make everyone play garbage games for your enjoyment.
That's what life is about, making other people have a rough life. With that said, I think it is that time for us to start getting things transferred over, since Yagamoth is doing game audio for us, or at least better be at this point, because that's what my brain's saying right now. Okay, let me see. I do not... Ah! Ah, music! Ah! Okay, that was loud. Justin didn't even look over. Like, I heard nothing, and then I heard everything.
Embrace the beep.
Okay, I'm probably going to have to recapture at least one of our players, namely Jalbus, just because, yeah, no surprise. That's okay, whatever, I'm doing it live. Doing it live, everybody.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, ignore, okay? You saw nothing! I'll probably still have to recapture after this, though. Welcome to the world of Ku5ogrande, where I just can't get everything set up right. Okay.
I will point out, there is some flashing in this game, so if you are photosensitive, you may want to not look at this, but also look away when someone reaches the beginning of stage 3.
Oh, a Tristan game with flashing? Who could have suspected? Honestly, though, I do appreciate the warnings. Definitely make sure that, like, I don't know how bright the flashing is going to be, but be aware that there will be some. Okay, everybody, I want you to get all of your emotes. What should they spam, Tristan?
Oh, man.
Metroid emotes? I don't know, this looks like Mother Brain.
Devils, arrows, I don't even know.
Devils, arrows, anything demonic. Anything that's from hell.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, spam, because I'm doing the countdown in Discord right now. Oh. Wait, Pikachu? I'm not sure Pikachu is from hell. Maybe. It's hard for me to say.
So one of the main things is I gave them the option to turn on what's called rapid mode in the options menu.
Okay.
And that gives you turbo, but it gives you turbo on both your attack and your jump, and you can't turn it off during gameplay.
Huh.
So
Okay,
I
this
said either
music
you can
is-
get an RSI attacking, or you can have really inconsistent auto-buffering jumps. Have fun with that.
Oh, baby. By the way, this music is really familiar, and I don't know... Oh, because I've played this. That's why it's familiar. I know this game.
You've played this?
Yeah, not on stream, but I've at least taken a look at this before.
Fair enough, yeah.
I sometimes play video games, Tristan.
And not only when people make you?
Yeah, sometimes voluntarily. So here's what's going on in this game. They are trying to make as much progress as they can in an hour. Tristan, what do you think is going to be the biggest wall that they run into at the beginning?
I think the biggest wall they're going to run into at the beginning is just getting used to the fact that enemies will spawn right on top of you and you only have one hit. There's specifically a skeleton about 2 screens in that will spawn when you get like one character width past it, and then will immediately appear and chase after you.
Yeah, I think Yagamoth just died from that one.
Yeah, that's your friendly reminder this is a bootleg with no quality control.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing they're going to need to figure out is how the power-ups work. Embedded in the walls, you can see these orbs that change colors on a rotational basis every couple of seconds. They switch between 4 colors. Red will give you a 1-up every time you get 2 of them, which could be pretty important later on. Yellow powers up your arrows. You can get 3-way shot or homing arrows by powering them up. Green gives you an incredibly worthless fireball that I don't recommend anyone pick up.
Oh, yeah.
And blue gives you these orbitals. And pretty much the best way to handle it is to get 2 orbitals, power up the dart weapon, and then just start farming 1-ups as best you can.
Oh, you know what? Chad is reminding us we had this in the Gauntlet last year. But we've never actually had a full match with this game, so I'm excited. Yeah, I do remember the orbs and the music. Honestly, this game just starts... It doesn't start with any sort of balance at all. You're just gonna struggle. But that's sort of how it is with some bootlegs. Either they're way too easy or they're way too difficult, and they're rarely anything in between.
Yeah, and this one especially is a little on the unfair side. It's unfair in a way where you don't feel like the game is breaking and killing you. It just feels like the only person who playtested this was the guy who developed it, so he already knew everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's actually, like, for a bootleg game, yeah, it definitely has problems, but honestly, this is pretty dang original. I think there might be some things in it that are stolen from other games, but there's a lot that I just do not recognize from anything.
I think it is largely original, yeah.
Yeah, which doesn't make it not bootleg. It definitely still is.
The protagonist, I think, is a lift from Prince of Persia, but that's really about it.
Oh, apparently you're largely original, Tristan.
I aspire to be.
Aha. See, you thought that was an insult, Sandra, but it is a compliment.
Nah,
Wow.
that's a thing. That's a thing to phrase something like that and make it sound like an insult. Oh, well, you're an awesome person. Hi, what do you think of that?
I know that, Tristan. I'm just playing along.
Oh, okay, sure.
I like that vote of confidence. By the way, it's been a long time since we've had you on. What have you been up to with with things, with games, with whatever, life in general? Anything exciting, fun?
I've largely fallen into the RPG hole. At the
Oh,
moment,
no.
I'm trying to beat all of the Breath of Fire games because I've never finished one. Well,
Mm.
I've finished a couple now, but beforehand I had never finished one. So that's what I've been doing lately. And then I have a marathon I submitted a couple of speedruns to coming up called Undefined Behavior, which I submitted a couple of Ku5ogrande picks to.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that's a queer-friendly group doing a marathon where people do a bunch of speedruns and playthroughs with highly unintended things like glitches and unsafe categories and things like that.
Aw, how come I didn't know about that? Okay, I need to get these things on my radar, because that sounds like an amazing time.
It should be.
Yagamoth, by the way, partly into the lava section. I remember lava being a big problem to some players previously.
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of fire in this game, and a lot of the fire spouts like this are slightly desynchronized. So if you miss your window, you have to wait like a minute for them to resync again.
Oh yeah, and like at least they're desynchronized so that they can get back up together, but there could have been a better way to deal with that, you know? By the way, are submissions still open for that marathon?
Yeah, they just opened.
Oh, they just opened. That means I can still submit. Ooh, I've got weird stuff. Ha 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 ha.
So Seth is on the first boss, which is actually really hecking impressive sprite work.
How do you do a bootleg with this movement? Wow.
Yeah, that skeleton has abs. And explodes for about a week and a half when you kill it.
Oh, I remember that. But the fight's not over. From what I remember.
No, it's
yeah,
not.
he even has more abs than I do. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, so Seth kicked out a section of the ground. You can do that if you do the ground kick while jumping, and you can fall through that hole and die.
What? Seth already beat the boss? That's really impressive. Oh,
And
no,
Seth fell
JK.
through the hole and died.
Beat one of the skeleton heads. There are more. You
Yeah,
just
so-
chewed through so many lives doing this section, like, honestly.
Yeah, and it's actually a little kind. Once you get to a boss, you don't reset to checkpoint when you die. You only reset if you game over. Gaming over sends you back to the beginning of the stage, and you have limited continues.
Okay.
What I've allowed them to do is, in the options menu, there's a stage select. I have allowed them to use the stage select to get to a stage they've gotten to prior, because I don't feel they're going to beat the game, and I want a chance of seeing a lot of the content.
Nice. Yeah.
But the stage selection, what I didn't tell them, stops at stage 4.
Now,
Just out of nowhere.
well, that's kind. Yagamoth, by the way, is on to stage 2, making a good amount of progress here. Honestly, I'm not too surprised Yagamoth has been a strong player in Ku5ogrande's past, and I think at least a couple of our players today are new players, you know, haven't played through Ku5ogrande before.
Yeah, I mean, I know Yagamoth got pretty far into brackets.
Oh, yeah.
The last 2 seasons, really.
Oh my gosh, I hate these, like, bamboo shoots that just murder you on Jalvis's screen. They're just flying up, they're here to kill you.
I'm being told this was a heck of a first game to give out, and I thought this was being kind to people.
See, okay, Tristan, let me go ahead and tell you sort of my phenomenon. I often end up choosing games that I personally love, and then people rage quit. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what just happened? This is a fun game. I swear. Oh no, Yagamoth died and got lifted up. That's fun.
I like any game that has Jiangxi in it. I just do, so... and they're here in stage 2, so this game is an auto pick for me.
Wait, what are they?
Chinese zombies.
Ah! Sorry, I'm scared. By the way, you're noticing that people are... Oh no, Yagamoth! What was...
Yagamoth just got trolled by the platforms, so it looks like there's a tile under those orbs, but it doesn't count. You just fall through it and die.
Okay, that's kind of amazing. Oh, I love this. Sorry, I'm in love with those deaths. They're so good.
Yeah, this is where everyone gets caught by surprise, because you think, hey, I should be able to get these, and you can get most of them. But it's so finicky, because if you touch the bottom tile at all, you die.
Oh, it's so good. I do love the quick shot that you have in this game as well. Yagamoth showing it off. Unfortunately, Yagamoth, wow, died, and it looks like if it's your last life, you just sort of sit there for a long time.
Yeah, this game has that problem in a couple of places. The boss of stage 2, actually, its phase transition takes approximately 30 seconds, and I didn't tell them this. I'm gonna wait and see if anyone resets thinking they're soft locked. And yeah, Sashin is continuing their tradition of screwing up continue screens. In Rockman X, you get 2 of them, continue no, continue yes. In this one, they forgot the E on continue.
I love it. Continue. Jalbus is just waiting for these fountain. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Please,
this is what I was
fountains.
talking about, that they can desync and then you just...
Oh,
yeah.
no! It's so dumb. It's so incredibly dumb. Hey, Seth is on to the boss again. And honestly, I think Seth has a good chance of getting through this shot. You know, they've been playing rather carefully, making sure that they avoid quite a bit of damage previously, you know, avoiding deaths. The biggest thing is that you just want to kill these snaky heads as quickly as possible because they're a nightmare to deal with.
Oh, this is just the beginning, too. The boss of stage 2 is... Oh, wow. But Seth has found the safe strat of hiding in the corner. The fireballs are not good. A much better thing for bosses that move like this is the homing darts, but...
I believe Seth is through.
They made it work. Yeah.
Aha! At this point, Yagamoth is in the lead, Seth following shortly behind. Ninbon, though, is currently fighting the boss. There may be a third person on the stage, too, in a little bit.
Nimbon just tried to leave out the right, not realizing there's a second phase, and I thought that was kind of cute. Like, heh, you think you're done.
I love how their screen is green for some reason. I'm not sure
I don't
why.
know what's up with that.
I don't know, green's a good color.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Green's fantastic. Green is the best.
So the thing with where Yagamoth is right now is these 2 flamethrowers in particular have a tendency to desync, and you need to wait for them to synchronize. They'll actually both fire at the same time like that. That's when you need to go.
Yagamoth didn't realize that, though.
Yeah, and if you go as fast as you can, you'll just barely make it so the tip of the fire spout will touch your butt. And otherwise you die.
It's actually really precise, yeah. So, just so everybody knows, this is a quote-unquote NES game. Well, Famicom, but, you know, it definitely wasn't licensed. It's just one of those
Yagamoth
beautiful
is trying to Super Mario Brothers off the top of the level, which is a smart play, but it doesn't work here.
I mean, why would it work? you know?
Now Yagamoth is trying to do the Contra strat of pausing to try to resync the flamethrowers. Yagamoth's trying a lot of stuff. I appreciate it, but none of it works in this game.
Oh, no! He got greedy. Well, everybody, just to give you a little bit more information, this company, Sachin, has definitely been on Ku5ogrande quite a few times before. If you remember Challenge of the Dragon, Rookman X, I believe Jurassic Boy was on one of the original Ku5ograndes. They definitely have made some amazing games. Oh, guess what? Tag and Dragon was originally made by Sachin. Pyramid. Everybody loves Pyramid.
So Ninbon has found the shortcoming of the homing dart. It will home onto everything that's not static. It will home onto fireballs, it will home onto flamethrowers, and it will spin in a circle around something it can't hit forever. And once you have about 7 darts on screen, you can't throw anymore.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just laughing at some of the stuff in chat. Ninbon jumps right into the flames, which, I don't know, it's not, like, because you can just keep continuing and coming back to this, you know, with the stage select, big deal, you know, die a few times, risk, experiment. Jalbus is on to the boss here.
Yeah, and that's what I try to encourage in the games I give out. I like seeing games where you have the option to continue, because I feel like those go to the people who can experiment the best instead of who just screws up 0 times instead of 1.
Okay.
So, and you get to see some weird stuff when people experiment.
Let me go ahead and read essentially the rephrasing of the main plot of this game for people who are watching.
Yagamoth, that's not a good idea.
Oh! I mean,
oh, that's
kind
not
of.
a good idea.
Oh, never mind.
So Yagamoth got to the dot matrix printer corridor and died, and is now stuck in a very unkind place where you can't really... You can just barely kill the skeleton in time if you're holding down B when you spawn in.
He's using pause strats, I think.
Yeah. I think you can actually
love
delay
this.
the grinders that way a little bit.
That's a very smart way to get through this. I honestly do not see people use pause strats very often in Ku5ogrande, and honestly, there are a few places where it's extremely valuable. There we go, moving on, and almost dies immediately to a skeleton, but luckily was far enough left.
Alright, I enjoy this
Oh,
boss.
no.
It starts
Oh,
with
no.
the Legend of Zelda style tile hell
More
room.
pause strats, I like it.
No, it's really good. Unfortunately, Yagamoth missed 2 power-ups after taking that death, so he currently has nothing but the basic dart, and that's gonna be rough.
I don't know if Yagamoth's gonna be able to get through this.
We'll see. The first phase is pretty easy. The second phase, you're gonna see some stuff. Get ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I vaguely remember this boss. Oh my gosh, the jumps! Yagamoth is way pushing his luck, but manages to just wiggle through the shots.
So something you wouldn't be aware of until you almost get hit once, but your hitbox is only your torso. And as far as we could tell in the experimental playthroughs that we did, this thing can't actually hit you in the first phase if you don't jump.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he can't go low enough to hit you.
I love it.
The bottommost shots it can fire will, like, travel straight through your neck, but not kill you. Anyway, here comes the heck.
The heck. Well, I mean, it's Heck Fighter after all.
So you get about 20 to 30 seconds of waiting, and then the dragon comes out and, yeah.
Destroys you? Yeah. Yagamoth is not... Like, it is a set pattern, so if you're paying attention, you can sort of know where the dragon's gonna be going, but, oh, it's rough.
The bottom left is actually a safe spot. I think Yagamoth was trying to find a safe place, but the bottom right is not safe.
By the way, I believe everybody has gotten past stage 1 on to stage
Indeed.
2 and making some pretty good progress. You know, Ninbon is having a bit of a hard time with these flames. I think they're just going to try to kick their way through the rest of this area here. But unfortunately, a skeleton is going to come and apparently walk right over him. Okay. What? That's so dumb.
Yeah, this game is capable of being rude. Surprise, right?
What a rude video game. Ugh.
So one thing to point out, you would think at this flamethrower, hey, why don't you just break the ground while going right like Ninbon is doing right now? There's a couple of reasons why that doesn't work, like what just happened to Ninbon. One of them is you will accidentally break the floor out from under you, almost guaranteed, and fall through it and die. The second one is you have no jump control. When you tap A, you jump the full height of the jump, and that takes you up into the flamethrowers. So if you're going to do that, you may as well go across the top. You're taking the same risk anyway.
Yeah, it's just taken a long time. I would say that if you have a set jump height, you, like, there's some good and some bad things about it. At the very least, you can get a good idea of how high you're allowed to jump before taking damage or before getting hit by anything.
So at the beginning of the match, I gave the racers the option to turn on what they call rapid, which is the turbo attack or not. And it looks like everyone has except Jalbus. I don't think Jalbus did. And that's really hurting them because of the in-your-face respawn points you get in certain places. Like, if you die to this flamethrower, you respawn with a skeleton right in your face, and you can just barely kill it in time with the rapid mode on. Without it, you don't have a prayer. You're just gonna death chain.
You're just dead. Okay.
Yeah. And I left it vague. I didn't want to straight up tell them, hey, you should turn this on. It's a good thing. There is almost no downside. The downside is it auto-buffers your jumps. If you hold down A, you will jump the frame you touch a ground or a platform, which can mess you up a little bit. That's the only downside.
Yeah, it honestly sounds like it would be worth having if you have the choice.
Yeah, and it looks like everyone but Jalbus made the choice to have it, and I think that's proving to hurt Jalbus a little bit here.
Yeah. Honestly, though, even with the jump that you're talking about there, I don't think it would even be that big of a deal. Why? Because you could even, like, jump buffer.
Yeah.
In certain places, you know, it could be a helpful strategy for you. Yagamoth trying to decide which power-up to go with. The bright red one. Well, that, if you get 2 of them, you get an extra life. So, not a bad way to go.
Probably not the best way to go if you don't have anything else, but you know,
True.
It's not useless.
Yeah, the homeless shot, or the homeless shot, the homing.
Yeah, homing shot is important for a lot of stuff here.
Homeless shot is a very different kind.
Seth is about to begin phase 2 on the second boss with the triple shot, and hopefully they will find out quickly that you need to hide in a corner.
Hopefully. Well, we're gonna see death really quickly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Seth. Oh, you're dead. That's
Don't
okay.
Stand in the middle. Don't stand in the middle.
I mean, it looks like the dragon loops around the middle. Oh, Seth, destroying some of the blocks, not good. I mean, you can do that in order to hide from the boss in certain places, but honestly, we are going to see everybody die at least once or twice to this boss. So not a huge surprise. They're just going to have to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah, Ninbon fell off the bottom of the screen during the boss fight, and Seth just got generated by the boss.
I love it. It's so good. Oh no! Ninbon got stuck on the flamethrowers. That was kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, you can get stuck inside the flamethrower, and when the fire starts, the flamethrower itself becomes a hurt box and you die, fortunately. Otherwise, you would have to hit select, which kills you. I didn't tell them that either. I wonder if anyone's found that out yet.
Jalbus is doing relatively well. Like, there's a theoretic possibility that they... Hey, the boss is dead. Guess
Yeah,
what?
wow.
Jalbus takes the lead.
That's amazing. Okay, here comes the flashing, by the way.
Oh no. Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
Oh,
these
lightnings.
These storm clouds will fly to the middle of the screen and fire bolts of lightning straight down, and they are here through the entire stage.
Yeah, is there any good way to dodge them?
Cry. I don't know.
Okay. Are they random where they strike?
No, they'll always strike at the middle-ish of the screen, and,
Yagamoth with
come on a
cheese straps, by the
schedule.
way. Okay.
Yagamoth has, dug out a little bunker here and seems to be fairly safe. It's gonna take a while because that position isn't hitting the boss often, but I think he's in good shape.
You know,
Clever use of ground kick.
yeah, this game makes me think of Minecraft, okay? Because you can just sort of break everything. I mean, you can't place blocks anywhere, but, you know, you're going up against freaking Enderman. Go ahead and dig yourself a little hole, put a block over it. They can't touch you. They'll never touch you.
But yeah, stage 3 is the level of deadly feathers, lightning, and flying sausage. I don't know why.
It's the cholesterol that's killing you. There's so many projectiles. There's so many things. Like, I'm actually surprised that the game runs this smoothly for the NES. Like, because you've got snow, you've got birds, you've got clouds, lightning, sausage.
Yeah, chat's pointing out that stage 3 is when you need the homing shot, and that's correct. If you've gotten this far so far with the fireball, you're gonna have to change your strat. It doesn't work here. There's too much stuff.
There's so much stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay, we do have lag. Confirmed.
Oh yeah, also this stage is the lag stage.
But I'm still going to argue that this is much better than most bootlegs would do with this much stuff.
Yeah, technically and visually, this is a really solid game. It's just, it plays like absolute butt.
Jeez. See, if any of the people were listening yesterday, I talked about games that are bad but have good ideas, but because of the badness, you know, those ideas never really got implemented. Guess what? This is one of those games that it's bootleg, but it has a lot going for it.
So, Yagamoth just kind of held down B and walked away for a couple of minutes, you know, checked Twitter and everything, but he's defeated the stage boss and is now on to stage 3.
Oh, yeah. Like, I can't even... Like, I'm just using my brain right now. I have no idea how you do all of this graphic stuff on the NES.
It is impressive. I'll give it that.
Yagamoth taking a death. The bad thing about dying is that if you're not in a boss, you just go back quite a bit in the stage, often to the very beginning of the stage. So it's honestly, you know, you do have a lot of lives, but really they're only super helpful on the boss.
Yeah, pretty much. Everywhere else you checkpoint, and this game has some pretty bad R-type syndrome when it comes to losing your power-ups. The difference between having homing and not is just massive.
Yeah, Seth, by the way, is on to the next stage as well. Yeah, all of the players are pretty close. Ninbon, you know, is on the previous stage, but has made a significant amount of progress. I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to get through the stage this time. It's going to be fairly close by the time we finish this match, I think. And we're probably going to see leads change.
I believe so. Yeah, Ninbon's having trouble with the skeleton and the Jiangxi here in this specific respawn point. It is a problem.
Yeah, I can see that being an issue. Ooh, lightning on Jalbus. Like, Seth has gotten to the point where essentially lightning doesn't really well, never mind. Just as I say that.
Honestly, the scary thing isn't the lightning, it's the feathers and the sausage.
The feathers and the sausage? Uh-oh.
Yeah. The everything else in stage 3.
Satan and his devils are trying to take over the world. Just a reminder of the story. They're trying to take over the world, but he can't until he finds the orb, which will give him the power for world domination. They're going to summon one to stop him and taking the role of the Chinese Kung Fu artist. Okay, so
you don't really do any Kung Fu. You throw darts.
I mean, that's a Fu of sorts, right? Dart Fu. You know what? Ninjas throw darts. Pretty sure you can throw darts in Kung Fu. And the dancing skeleton, that's like a prime feature of Kung Fu.
I'm pretty sure you're not correct about that.
What? Aw, come on. Any Kung Fu masters in chat able to verify? You know what? I'm a yellow belt in Kung Fu, and my skeleton danced a lot, okay?
Because that was inside of you while you were doing the Kung Fu.
True.
I mean, once you get to the next belt up, you get the ability to take your skeleton out and double team your opponent with it. You cut out just before the good stuff.
Ah, crap. You know what? That would be the best Fu. The Skelly Fu. I really like this idea. If anybody wants to invent Skelly Fu, there you go.
So we have 3 racers in stage 3, and there's a lot of depth to the lightning.
Oh yeah. By the way, Ninbon is on to the boss of stage 2. We're going to see, I think, all 4 of the players on stage 3 in just a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, the falling tile stuff doesn't count as part of the boss, so if you die, you get sent back to the beginning of the dot matrix printer hallway.
Are you serious? Oh,
Yep.
That's kind of amazing. Not good. Ooh, Ninbon. There we go. The Skelly is down. Seth is currently crossing the mountains. The Himalayas, in search of Satan. It's like the search for Spock, except very different.
I think Seth just Goomba stomped a dog.
The dog had it coming.
I don't think you can Goomba stomp things in this game, though. I'm a little confused.
By the way, people in chat are pointing out that it appears that when the clouds touch is when lightning strikes.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Okay, I think that knowing that could make them a lot easier to dodge. Seth also has the advantage of having the homing shot. I feel like Seth is pretty definitively in first at this point.
Yeah. Seth has reached the boulder-throwing chunguses. I don't know what they're supposed to be.
The boulder-throwing chunguses. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, they need to get outside this cave, maybe get a little bit of a tan. Like, not much, okay? But, like, going outside once a year might help with that complexion.
This boatman also needs a tan.
I mean, even his bones are tanner than the chunguses. The Chungai?
It's been a long debate if it's Chunguses or Chungai among my stream group. We don't know.
Oh, I love it. I'm glad that there are debates. Yeah, the boat section luckily went relatively quickly. Very nice. Uh-oh, multiple orbs. What you gonna grab?
So those are 3 orbs that are all
Oh.
desynced from each other, and unfortunately, Seth identified this was a problem and tried to jump it, and unfortunately picked up the fireball, and this boss spends 75% of its time at the bottom of the stage where you need homing.
Yeah, you definitely would like some homing. There we go. We've got homing again. Not a huge deal. By the way, if you collect multiple of the same color of orb, does your shot get more powerful or anything at all?
There's 2 stages of power-up. The darts have the 3-way shot and then the homing shot, and then that's it. And then the
Okay.
fireballs just apparently fly faster, and that's it.
Okay. All of the players, by the way, are currently on stage 3, and someone in chat is saying that this is hard to watch for many reasons. And I would say that all of the flashing is one of those reasons, maybe all of the lag, all of the birds, all of the dogs, walking on mountains as you're in a cave, the strange feathers, the snow falling down, maybe the sausages, like there is a lot going on right now.
So yeah, this boss spits out sausages and then comes up to the top of the screen and starts belching birds at you. Fortunately, he's completely trivialized by the homing shot.
Jalbus, you destroyed the Himalayas! Oh my gosh. How can you? At least it's a nice plateau. People could build, like, a city on top.
We can put Jalbus's gravestone on there because they just died to a doggo.
Oh no. Ooh, another doggo death. Honestly, though, starting here is a little bit rough just because of, well, the doggos. Of course it's rough. Ah!
Oh no. So the downside of homing shot on Sausage Boss here is while you're pretty safe, homing shots tend to prioritize the sausages, so you're not really doing any damage to the boss for a lot of this.
Well, honestly, if you come and visit and bring sausages, I'm probably going to prioritize those too. You know, I understand. I can
there we go.
sympathize with the homing shot. Seth Iwin finishing the stage and moving on to stage 4, taking the lead here.
This boss takes a week and a half to die, and the lightning can still kill you while it's exploding. Seth is making it worse by shooting, too, but what are you gonna do, right?
I mean, might as well just have everything explode for eternity. It really does last for so long, though.
Stop exploding, you coward!
I think we at least have another 10 seconds of... Oh, no, never mind.
Alright, so we're on to stage 4, which is where the problems begin, as if they haven't already.
Yeah, go ahead and walk me through that again real quick. Where they begin?
Yeah, so you have these floating logs, and these weird plants that continually burp clones of themselves out, and it's just not a fun time.
Do the plants hurt you?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Just making sure, you know, maybe you could jump on top of the plants, I'm not sure.
No, you die if you touch them.
Okay. Can you kill them?
Yeah, but they take about 20 shots. There we go, Seth just killed one.
There we go, very nice. Oh yeah, not having the auto fire is going to be a huge pain in the patootie for Jaldus.
Yes. However, because of the way that we're allowing continues, at practically any time, they could opt to turn it on.
True. honestly, if your hand starts getting tired and such, it's completely fine to do that. I would even say that for some matches, if you know that mashing is going to be a thing, that it's worth talking to us to see if there are alternatives, because if it comes down to it, we can often grant alternatives for pretty much everybody.
I straight up allowed turbo in matches because I knew it would be heck otherwise.
See, I usually don't have games with too much mashing.
I straight up allowed turbo in JJ and Jeff because people are going to have to run everywhere mashing kick to find secret hidden things. But
for
that's
sure.
kind of... It's turbo graphics, you know? It's... eh.
Yeah, but I would say that we don't want anybody to get hurt while playing Ku5ogrande matches. If there is going to be a mash-heavy game, it's fine to request turbo. In general, I'd say unless there's a very, very, very good reason, it would have to be a very, very, very good reason. Like, honestly, we would let people use it. And yeah, TurboGrafx has a turbo button, so not allowed turbo.
Yeah, that was the point I
would be
was
dumb.
making.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nimbus is on... Or Ninbon is on the sausage boss. Yagamoth is getting there. Yagamoth just went through and picked up all 3 of those orbs, so now Yagamoth has fire and no way to switch it back out.
I do like the boss music. It's pretty good. Like, for 6-second loop, it's pretty good.
Home Alone 2, or Home Alone. First since you tried to give me that. I had the world record in it at the time.
Let's see. I mean, I still have the world record for the original Home Alone, but that's because it's like a 50-way tie at this point.
Yeah.
19
there
minutes
was actually
and 58
a thing
seconds.
where there was a thing where like the largest tied world record ever happened at AGDQ because like 20 people played Home Alone in the practice room.
I'm sad I missed it, but yeah, I saw videos of that and all of the screens just changing over to the victory screen at the same time. It was beautiful. Which version? The Bethesda version, of course.
Ninbon's screen has done a thing. I don't know if they've paused or screen failure.
Let me see.
there we go.
It was stream. Twitch? Let me go ahead and do a quick refresh. It doesn't hurt to do that every once in a while when having matches. Get everybody synced back up.
Yagamoth double KO'd the boss. Unfortunately, tie goes to the boss.
Oh, that is rough. The thing is, Yagamoth did not have a very good weapon going up against the boss, and that was a huge detriment. Yeah, honestly, at this point, Yagamoth is in second, but might move to third, depending on how Jalbus is able to do, if Jalbus can get there. Then again, they're pretty far behind in this stage. Oh, our third player, Ninbon.
Sausage boss right now.
Yeah, Ninbon could potentially make some significant progress here. Will you be able to survive longer than Yagamoth? Will you be able to kill the boss and not die at the same time? Only time will tell, and also a really long explosion period.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So Seth just dropped a continue. They are on stage 4. And like I had said before, stage 4 is the final stage you can actually resume on. So if they get to 5, their continue count may suddenly start to matter.
Oh yeah, for sure. But they don't know that.
They don't know that, no.
That's the thing with a lot of games. Generally, we take the thought that, hey, this is potentially a game that you found in your grandma's closet. You just decide to stick it into her old video game console, turn it on, and play it for an hour. That's the experience that you get here. No manuals, unless, well, in some cases manuals, but this is Chinese bootleg, and your grandma might have gotten it at the thrift store, you know? There's not going to be a manual there.
Alright, so Ninbon is pulled into second. I was apparently extremely far behind on their stream.
Your grandma gives you homemade pie. Well, your grandma's nicer than mine, I guess. See, we're talking about my grandma, not yours. My grandma yelled at me for not learning the accordion, okay? And she didn't make a pie.
Yeah, but as we've gone over many times, your upbringing was a little interesting.
Actually, she probably did make pies, I just forgot. She did have a lot of really old stuff in the freezer, though. I remember her grabbing some hot dog buns, and the expiration date looked fine, but that was because it was a year off. When the expiration date is off by a year, it's not good stuff. By the way,
No.
I don't think... I think people in chat have noticed and such. Ninbon is onto the water stage as well here. Seth still having the most progress, but Ninbon is really catching up.
Yeah, if it comes down to how far into stage 4 our racers get, that would be pretty ideal, because this is where things really get troublesome with the quasi-auto scrolling of the logs and these plants and the bees, and it's mean. I don't think it's as bad as Lightning Feather and Sausage stage, but it requires a lot more execution in a way.
Well, I mean, there's less lag, so yeah, it definitely requires execution here.
Yeah, and Ninbon has the homing dart, which is really paying off here, except when it doesn't, like this.
I love it. So good. I'm just relaxing to these wonderful tunes right now.
The music is okay. It's strongly okay.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Honestly, after so many matches, I always get a little bit physically tired. I'm just, oh my gosh. Oh, I love this game, but I could also take a little bit of a nap. I know watching video games, it's so exhausting, everyone. Yagamoth was definitely waiting for a power-up that he wanted. I'm not sure the Fireball power-up is a good way to go here, but he's got the 2 circling orbs, so it could potentially be helpful. Definitely figuring out how important No, the Skelly. See, this might actually be Karen, okay? And Karen is taking you across the River Styx towards Hades, because you gotta kill the devil. At least that's sort of my guess at this broken game.
I like how you spawn at this particular respawn point that Yagamoth is at, and it's just, the screen is immediately full of projectiles.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like, hey, here are the million ways you're going to die in just a second. Hope you enjoy.
So, Seth and Nimbus are actually... or Ninbon, why do I keep saying that? Ninbon are pretty close together. I think Seth has a narrow lead, but they're getting pretty close.
Yeah, they are really close to each other. Yeah, I'm taking a look at the FAQ for this game on Game FAQs, and they definitely recommend what Yagamoth has done, which is grab the blue circling balls for a lot of this, because it grants you a lot of protection. Extremely
So Seth just
helpful.
took a game over at the place where Ninbon is at,
Oh,
and
no.
unfortunately, if you let these pillars completely rise up, you die.
Wait, what?
You have to jump over them and keep going. They are hurt boxes and don't come back down when they reach the top.
Of course they're hurt boxes. Why wouldn't they be hurt boxes? That's
They
so
died at the
dumb.
exact same point. Seth got there first by about 30 seconds.
Is this gonna come down to pixels?
If it comes down to pixels, Ninbon was like 3 pixels ahead, but I don't count it because they both failed to jump over the pillar.
Okay, they both didn't land. Okay. Yeah, this has been pretty dang tight so far between the players.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to if one of the racers gets past that awkward rising pillar trap or not, and if not, I'm gonna give it to Seth for getting there first.
Yagamoth using the homing shot. I think Yagamoth is going to get through the boss this time pretty easily. Just don't get hit, and you're going to do it. Cadus apparently has clips as well that can be reviewed.
Yeah, homing on Sausage Boss means this is probably going to be a win for Yagamoth. It's going to take a while, and he's going to have to motor when he gets into stage 4.
Oh yeah,
He's got about
for sure.
what's going to amount to about 6 minutes to get through stage 4 completely blind.
I
to
don't
try to
know
take
if that's
first
going to
back.
be doable. Like,
Yagamoth has pulled some rabbits out of the hat in the past, but
It's
it's going to be
true.
tight, that's for sure.
oh, very tight.
Yeah, Yaga double KOing the first major boss fight he had was real unfortunate.
But he's doing just fine now. Like, honestly, killing birds as soon as they spawn, that's what you generally want to do with birds. Especially the fewer projectiles you have on screen, the more the boss is actually going to get hit in this fight. So, get rid of the projectiles. Like, you don't really have much of a choice. I mean, the homing missiles kind of just do what they do, but yeah, just keep holding that attack. Okay, the boss is dead, but keep track of the time, everybody. It started dying at about 52:47.
Will you please finish exploding?
It will never finish exploding. Okay, it has been 28, 29, 30 seconds of death. Okay, it's still going.
I love this boss.
It's so good. Okay, 40 seconds of death.
There we go.
There we go. It was just under 45 seconds that it took for that boss to die. Now, Yagamoth, gotta boogie. You don't boogie, you don't win. But, yeah, I would say that
by the
Jalvis
way-
at this point, has to pretty much do this next attempt almost flawlessly in order to have a
By
chance.
the way, this music.
You mean the water noise? I'm relatively sure that's the water making the splashing sound, but I'm not sure.
No, that's part of the music.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is so bad. Like, it's almost unbelievably bad, but we've seen this game so far. Ooh, chat actually has some interesting ideas. It may have been a good idea to reset and just start stage 4 with all of your lives. At the same time, he's doing a really good job of not taking damage. Oh no! Losing the weapon that he wanted is kind of a big deal. Like, he's doing fine with it right now, but I don't like it.
Seth is getting close to the awkward hallway, or the awkward trap area.
Okay. Good, good. Ninbon is still getting through a lot of this. I believe this is the early area of the auto-scroller. Ninbon has made it, though, to the awkward trap section. The awkward trap section. Oh my gosh. That's what it is. Yagamoth just kind of chilling, making sure the bees die.
I will admit that my exact verbiage on what they were allowed to do to use continues was, in the event that you game over, you can continue on a stage. So maybe they took that literally. Oh, by the way, my favorite boss on Seth's screen. Welcome to Crab.
Oh, it's a crab. Look at this guy. Well, honestly, getting a game over wouldn't be really too slow on this game. Just hold right, then you die. Okay, the crab, he's gonna pinch you. Oh, he's going for the pinch. Oh, I saw it. Oh, the bubbles! Yeah, Seth, I feel like there's no way Seth is going to lose this time. Simply put, making it to the crab is huge. Ninbon and Yagamoth have the chance of getting past the hallway, but I don't really foresee either of them beating the crab boss at this point.
So the crab has a really interesting strategy that is not relevant anywhere else in the game, and you would never think to try it because nothing else has ever worked this way.
Is it to bait out its attacks?
No, you can stand on its body.
What?
Yeah,
but wouldn't the bubbles hurt you?
Yeah, they can, but you can actually stand on its body when it does that attack and then jump back off, and you can even stand in the corner safely at that point, and he can't corner you.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, what Seth is doing is probably a lot safer, but if you were going to do a speedrun strat, you would just stand on its body and fire triple darts into the claws.
I like it. There we go. There goes a crab arm. I think Seth is wary of getting close to the boss at all at this point. Can't blame you.
No, that's absolutely valid, especially when you only have 2 minutes left.
We are so close to the end. Jalbus, I would love for you to get to the boss and possibly even kill the boss this turn.
Yagamoth is at the pillars.
Oh, Yagamoth, you're so dead.
Stop progressing, he's gonna die.
Oh, yeah. Ah! Oh,
Yagamoth
one life
gets
left.
past the pillar, I believe he'll take second. He's got to go, though. Oh, no!
Okay, last life. Can you jump? You can't jump.
He didn't go for it. It's over.
Oh, Yagamoth. That, unfortunately, is going to be a third for Yagamoth, second for Ninbon, first for Seth Highwind, and fourth for Jalbus. The places are set. Oh my gosh. This music is annoying.
Yagamoth is trying to find a way to break the floor or kick the pillars, and I think you're just stuck now.
I think so. Oh no, Yagamoth just died?
He hit select.
Oh, select kills you?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that was his final life, so game over.
Ah, that is rough, but you know what? It happens in video games. Yaga made a solid push through the game, but unfortunately was just not able to get past the pillars. Ninbon made a little bit of progress through the pillars. Oh, and is fighting the crab boss, actually. I don't think Ninbon will be able to kill the crab boss, though, because getting hit is pretty bad in this. At the same time,
Seth
having the
seems to have
swirling
died to the crab. I don't know what he managed to take out.
Okay, that's new.
I
Well,
think Seth got one crab arm. You have to destroy both of them to defeat the crab. So Nenbon could pull this out in the final, 10 seconds, maybe?
I thought he took out both of them, but maybe I was just lying. I don't know. Well, here we go. That is, as a matter of fact, an hour. We are done with the match. In fact, it's time. Everybody, go ahead and breathe a little bit of a breath of relief. We no longer have that stupid music from stage 4. Oh my gosh. That music was too intense, Tristan. I can't handle it.
It is extreme beep.
Yeah. Extreme beep. I think everybody is kind of done with this game. I can't necessarily blame them. But Seth Highwind managed to take the victory. Ninbon second. Yagamoth with a super close third. And Jalbus taking fourth today. Let's go ahead and see if Seth wants to join Voice. Let's see.
So I guess it very slightly became relevant that you can't continue to stage 5, but it didn't actually impact anything.
Oh yeah. Let's see. We're just waiting for Seth to jump in, and here we go. Hello there, Seth.
Hi.
Hey, congratulations! You managed to take the victory today.
I'm sorry, I'm still shaking over that whole crab boss ordeal.
Oh my gosh, that boss. Like, you made a pretty good push through the crab boss, but yeah, he was kind of kicking butt, especially at the beginning there.
Yeah, I couldn't figure if you were supposed to, purposely, die to go through it, because I feel like every inch of that boss was a death.
Well, yeah. It was pretty dang cruel, but honestly, it was pretty impressive to see how everybody did today. Making it a decent way through stage 4. Mind you, I believe you're about halfway through the game.
Wait, oh, I thought
Two-thirds.
Two-thirds?
There are 6 stages.
Oh, okay.
I thought I beat it, because it was like, oh, by the way, here's level 1 again, and I just had to do a double take.
I don't know what happened there. There are definitely 6 stages. I finished this game, but I don't know.
Stage 5 doesn't look like stage 1, does it?
No, it's completely different. I beat it on BizHawk. I'm gonna blame emulator differences.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just broke the game in a way that wasn't intended. Yeah.
That's me in general, so if I broke the game, that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, that's what goes on when it comes to bootleg games. Honestly, though, what are your thoughts about the game overall?
I was expecting it to be a Prince of Persia clone, so when it turned into a side-scrolling shooter, I lost all expectations of what this was going to be.
Good. I mean, yeah, that's about appropriate for this game.
Yeah, so, I like the fact you actually have to use that downward kick move to sidestep things. I think you get invincibility frames for certain things, like the Dragon's Breath. I noticed I could just down kick and avoid being hit by the breath from the World 2 boss.
Yeah. In certain areas, there are actually some pretty good places to hide during some of the bosses, some safe spots. You got some of them. I think that the easiest one for that one, honestly, is the left side. If you're right up against the left, the second boss isn't going to touch you.
Yeah.
At least, after it moves on to the next phase of the fight.
Yeah, no. just no. No, that second phase wasn't fun at all.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is a Sanchin game. They honestly did a lot of bootleg stuff. I would still consider this bootleg because it wasn't officially licensed, but at the same time, there's a lot of original stuff. And I think they have original mechanics in the game that just have never really been seen before in any other game. I love it.
It's I want to try this on BizHawk now and see if I can't get further in the game.
Give it a shot. Let us know.
Yeah, I have no
definitely.
idea why you got kicked back to level 1. I had looked away for a moment to watch to see if Ninbon was gonna pass you, and when I looked back, you were on level 1, and I was like, what?
That was my reaction too.
Yeah, also, my assessment is that it's essentially proto-Minecraft. You can break every block. You can't necessarily, like, spawn any blocks, but you can break every block.
Yeah, you can break as much as you want.
Oh, yeah. So, Seth, I believe this is your first Ku5ogrande, unless I'm mistaken.
No, it's definitely my first one.
Ah, cool. Well, seriously, good job taking the victory on your first Ku5ogrande. Do you currently stream any other games or playing anything people should watch?
I'm a variety streamer. I've been going through the Danganronpa series on Monday nights, currently doing Ultra Despair Girls. When I'm done with that one before I do V3, I'm thinking about playing
Ooh.
Anodyne 2.
Okay, if you like those games, then go ahead and give his channel a check. You can also go check out all of our players at the individual streams if you would like. We have their names on stream so that you can go and see them later. For now, though, I think it's time for us to say goodbye for the stream. This has been an absolute blast today. Made my Sunday absolutely a fun day. Let's raid Lizstar. Lizstar is actually playing some more of the Hay Fever game. So let's go raid Lizstar. Does anybody have a good raid message?
Continue with no E.
Oh, continue. Continue.
Yeah, with a question mark and no E.
Oh, question mark at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, continue. There we go. See? Continue? Okay, go
Yeah,
bother. Go bother Liz. Go raid. Liz will love it and probably freak out a little bit. Yeah. Okay, see everybody. Take care, and thank you so much, Seth and Tristan. Bye. Okay, we have raided. Yeah. This was a lot of fun. And Seth, I believe I actually...
Continue!
Oh?